the Troop 378 Eagle Court of Honor. May I request everyone to be seated and remain silent. Please turn off your cell phones. Eagle Scouts, please assemble with your escorts. Troop 378, please prepare for the opening ceremony. Thomas Kamara, please escort Eagle Scout Kaleo Kamara to the stage. Thomas is Kaleo's grandfather and an Eagle Scout. Sanjay Kumar, please escort Eagle Scout Sanjay Kumar to the stage. Sanjay is Sanjay's brother. Luke and Chris Kawano, please escort Eagle Scout Yuichi to the stage. Luke and Chris are Yuichi's cousins. Scott Morgan, please escort Eagle Scout Charles Rice to the stage. Scott is Charles' friend and an Eagle Scout. Emily and Amy Sarwatari, please escort Eagle Scout Jason Sarwatari to the stage. Emily and Amy Sarwatari are Jason's sisters. Please rise for the presentation of colors. Color guard, advance. Scout salute. Those of you not in uniform, please put your right hand over your heart. Post the colors, color guard salute. Please recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 2. Color guard retreat. Please remain standing while we play the national anthem. Scouts, please remain standing. All others, please be seated while we recite the Scout Oath and Law. The oath. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout law, to help the people at all times keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. The law. Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. 2. Please be seated. Today's invocation will be given by Life Scout Davis Stern.
Please prepare yourself the manner you are accustomed to. God, we thank you for our opportunity to come together as friends, family, and leaders and fellow Scouts on this significant day in the life of these Eagle Scouts. Today is a celebration of a journey full of challenges, friendships, struggles, and occasionally a little fun. Today we think of all the merit badges earned along the way, the oaths committed to, the character these young men developed, and the service to our community these Scouts have worked so hard to bring about. Little by little, month by month, and year by year, they were faithful and we celebrate their faith, commitment, and hard work. So we ask you for your blessing on these Scouts, their families who have supported them and encouraged them, and their fellow Scouts who have helped them along the way. Bless the Scout leaders, Troop 378, and all those who are here physically or in spirit. Continue to walk with them as they take these next steps in becoming the Scouts and people you desire them to be. Amen.
I would like to introduce today's Master of Ceremony, Assistant Scout Master Daniel Lovell.
On behalf of Troop 378, I would like to welcome you to the Eagle Court of Honor, convened in honor of our newest Eagle Scouts. Troop 378 is fortunate to be sponsored by the Elks Lodge at Redondo Beach. We have in attendance today the Lodge's representative, Mrs. Elizabeth Dye, and former Troop Committee Chair, Mrs. Elizabeth Dye. Would you please stand to be acknowledged? We would like to thank you and the Elks Lodge for your generous support. The Eagle Court of Honor is an event of great importance in a Scout's life. In order to achieve the high honor, a Scout has to fulfill many requirements, earn a minimum of 21 merit badges, serve his troop in several positions of leadership, and plan and carry out a substantial service project for his community. This afternoon, we gather to celebrate these new Eagle Scouts on their achievement and to recognize their hard work and dedication. Eagle Scout, the highest rank in Boy Scouting, has been earned by young men for over 100 years. The experiences provided by the Scouting program not only help the Scout when he's young, but also carry forward into his adult life. A study conducted in 2005 found that over 80% of men who were Scouts in their youth agreed that the values they learned in Scouting continue to be very important to them as adults. More than 80% of men also say that there have been real life situations where having been a Scout helped them to be a better leader. In 2018, the Eagle Scout rank was earned by approximately 6.5% of all Boy Scouts that year. Boy Scouts and Eagle Scouts are prevalent among our nation's leadership ranks. As of 2018, 181 NASA astronauts were involved in Scouting. That's almost 2/3 of the astronauts. 40 are Eagle Scouts. 150 members of the 115th Congress from January 2017 to January 2019, participated in Scouting as a youth or adult leader. 33 are Eagle Scouts. 18 of current U.S. governors participated in Scouting as a youth or adult volunteer. 4 are Eagle Scouts. 36.4% of the United States Military Academy at West Point cadets were involved in Scouting as youth. 16.3 of cadets are Eagle Scouts. Will all the Eagle Scouts in the audience please stand? Everyone, please give these Eagle Scouts a round of applause. Thank you for coming to honor our Eagle Rank recipients today. Thank you. At this time, I would like to call up Troop 378's Eagle Scouts, Jonathan Nakai, Ryan Sunaishi, Daniel Kim, and Brent Misui to describe the voice of the Eagle. Jonathan Nakai.
This is the voice of the eagle whose heights you struggle to reach. We remember when you first came to the base of the cliff, and how you looked up with ambition and determination. Look back for a moment. Look back over the cliff you have climbed. Look back at the experiences you have encountered in your ascent. These experiences should not be forgotten, and you will profit by making sure that the adverse ones do not occur again. Experience is a valuable teacher if you heed its teachings.
Remember when you took your first step upon the trail that leads upward. With your first step, you began living the Scout Oath and Law. While you were on the trail, you studied and then watched as you learned by doing. First, you're only a Scout, building yourself physically, mentally, and morally. Then your brother Scouts called you a tenderfoot, but not for long.
Soon you reached the first ledge where you were greeted by a group of second-class Scouts. Your progress along the Eagle Trail was encouraging. You began to study more. You worked harder, and almost before you knew it, you came to another ledge, the ledge where the first-class Scouts dwell. There you found a tempting green meadow by a crystal clear stream, bathed by the sun and in the glory of being a first-class Scout. Here you were tempted to remain, but your ambition stirred, and again you climbed higher. Remember your progress to Star Scout. The trail was deeper, it was less worn. Fewer Scouts seemed to be heading in your direction. You looked back and saw the crowds behind you. You looked up and saw the few above you. With the same determination with which you started your climb, you continued on the trail.
So, you rose to the rank of Life Scout, and the heart badge was placed upon your uniform. You reached a ledge where Life Scouts steel themselves for the challenges ahead. You told yourself, now I am close to Eagle, I must carry on. The trail became tougher, but more interesting. The basic principles, the Scout Oath and Law, gained fuller meaning. Your understanding of them was greater, and you used them on your trail to the ultimate goal. Yes, we watched your character unfold. We have watched your leadership ability expand. We have watched your mind develop and your wisdom increase. You are now at the threshold of your goal, and we welcome you, for you have done your climbing in the true spirit of scouting.
Thank you, Eagle Scouts. I now call upon Mrs. Liz Dye, our troop sponsoring organization representative from the Elks Lodge, to present the Eagle Awards. Today we proclaim to the entire world your accomplishments. The symbol of your success is the Eagle Scout pin, which will be presented to you by Mrs. Liz Dye, who will also place your Eagle Scarf around your neck. To each new Eagle Scout, in recognition of the many hours of patient guidance given by your mother for your efforts, you will pin the Eagle Mother's pin over your mother's heart. And in recognition of the wisdom and guidance given to you by your father, please present your father with the Eagle lapel pin, which he will proudly wear in your honor. Kaleo Kawamura, Thomas Kawamura, Will you please escort Derek and Carol Carmora to the stage? Sanjay Kumar. Sanjay Kumar, will you please escort Suresh and Shriji Kumar to the stage? Yuichi Carino. Luke and Charles Guano, will you please escort Yuichi and Amy Carino to the stage? Charles Rice. Scott Morgan, will you please escort Will and Megan Rice to the stage? Jason Sarwatari. Emily and Amy Sarwatari, will you please escort Glenn and Carolyn Sarwatari to the stage? Now like to call Committee Chair, Mr. John Yamada, to administer the Eagle Charge.
New Eagle Scouts, please stand. You are charged to be honorable. Honor is sacred and is the foundation of all character. To show honor, you must be trustworthy, the first point of the Scout Law. Honor is truly the measure of a man. Honor is represented by the white of the Eagle Badge. You are charged to be loyal to family, self, scouting, friends, community, and nation. Be also loyal to the ideals of scouting. The blue of your new rank is to inspire loyalty. You are charged to be courageous. Courage gives all character force and strength. Have courage to stand up for what is right and the ideals of scouting. Face each day unafraid to seek your share of the world's work and to serve others according to the Scout Oath. Let the red on your badge remind you always to have courage. Finally, you are charged to serve. Extend a helping hand to those in need. The daily good turn must take on a new meaning and better life pattern of service. Protect and defend the weak and helpless. Comfort the unfortunate and oppressed. Uphold the rights of others as well as your own. Remember, real leadership is founded upon real service. Eagle Scouts, I charge you to enter this Eagle Scout Brotherhood, holding without reservation ever before you the ideals of honor and service. Please give your affirmation by responding, I do. Eagle Scouts, do you all accept this charge to be honorable, loyal, courageous, and to serve?
I do.
I would now like to call Eagle Scout and Assistant Scoutmaster, Mr. David Sterner, to administer the Eagle Scout Oath.
representing the Eagle Scout oath before your fellow members, you will join the Brotherhood. When you pledge yourself on your sacred honor, you seal your eternal loyalty to the code of the Eagle Scout with the same words that close the Declaration of Independence. I ask the Eagle Scouts in the audience to please stand and renew your Eagle Scout promise as these Scouts join the Brotherhood. Repeat after me. I reaffirm my allegiance to the three promises of the Scout Oath. I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself the obligations and responsibilities of an Eagle Scout. On my honor, I will do my best to make my training an example and my status and my influence Sorry. Count strongly for better scouting. And for better citizenship. In my troop. In my community. And in my contacts with other people. To this I pledge my sacred honor. 2. As an Eagle Scout, you become a guide to other Scouts. You become an example in your community. Remember that your actions are now a little more conspicuous and people will expect more of you. To falter in your responsibility would reflect not only to you, but on your fellow Eagles and all of Scouting. The torch you carry is not only yours, but is also theirs. Congratulations to America's newest Eagle Scouts.
I would now like to call up each Eagle Scout to say a few words. Kaleo, Kawamura.
Okay, never mind. Anyways, hello everybody. Welcome to the Eagle Court of Honor. Thank you for coming. If you don't know me, my name is Kaleo. I've been scouting for a while, for 13 years, and during those 13 years, I've made a lot of great memories and learned a lot of lessons along the way. I learned most through failure. So, if anyone learns anything from my speech or what I'm going to say, it's to not be afraid to fail, unless you should be afraid to fail. When you fail, you hopefully, when you remember your failures, like if you get your, sorry, I'm joking this speech right now. When you fail, you remember, like, if you, I'm just gonna skip that. I've gotten interrogated at meetings and campouts and other events for not being prepared, and other stuff. I've forgotten like a lot of supplies to campouts And after that kind of stuff, you kind of remember what to do, and you learn. If you guys know me for a while, I'm sure you've seen me fail a couple of times, a bunch of times, and I got scolded, I got failed. I'm gonna get clowned after this for cooking my speech for sure, and through those experiences, I learned a lot of things. I want to say thank you to all the people who let me fail and gave me advice to get through that sort of stuff. Even though I had a lot of failures, I've also had a lot of good memories, like learning games with my friends and learning scout skills. Eating food that wasn't for the cooking merit badge. Hiding out with my friends at summer camp and not really doing what you're supposed to do, I guess. Going to the World Scout Jamboree and seeing the activities, the performances, and all the people from around the world. I especially remember all the times we had laughs together. This past year, I achieved Eagle Scout, and the Eagle Project was one of the most difficult things I've done. I made a plan, like I made the speech, and it didn't go to plan at all. Like the speech didn't go to plan at all. I had to think on the fly and accept big changes. On that note, I want to thank everyone who's helped me to this point, the adult leaders who supported me throughout Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts, the older and younger Scouts, everyone who came to my Eagle Project, and Mrs. Fan who couldn't be here today, the front desk, and especially Miss Liz Dye, who was very important in my Eagle Project. Anyways, I'd like to award my mentor pin now. I've been helped a lot throughout scouting, especially the ASMs and Scoutmasters, the merit badge counselors, and the front desk again. But there are two people who I could not have gotten my Eagle without. I'd like to thank Miss Fan first. She really got on me to get all of it done and guided me towards Eagle when I had no clue what was going on. Keep this said. Sorry. So, thank you very much. Okay, yeah. My other mentor pin goes to someone who's helped me the most out of everyone. From whatever parents are when they join a pack, to Cub Master and Hawaiian Santa. He was ASM and then he became Scoutmaster. My dad has always been there for me in scouting. He took me to all my sports, band, and scouting events. He took me at 4 a.m. to volunteer at Cabrillo. He kept me at scout meetings till late and made sure I don't flake on any activity. From sports to scouts, he's always encouraging me to be my best and do my best. I've learned the most from him, and he's taught me and he's let me fail. Always willing to give me new meaningful experiences. More than my mentor, he's been a role model and inspiration. Thank you for all that you've done for me and my family career. Thank you, Dad. Thank you.
Life is full of surprises. For example, for those who don't know me, you're probably wondering how in the world I have this deep of a voice. Now you're sounding like Morgan Freeman somehow. Another surprise is that the majority of people in this troupe would be astonished to know that I actually didn't procrastinate this time when it came to writing this speech. For the most part, it really does come as a surprise though, because of my history of delaying every single thing in my short period of time within this troupe, which is what I want to talk about today. I was born and raised for about 15 years of my life in Memphis, Tennessee, home of the blues, home of Elvis Presley, king of rock and roll, home of the best barbecue, undebatable by the way, and a major contender for highest crime rate in the US. But I digress. So I started my career as a Cub Scout in Memphis back when I was a first grader, which is the earliest you can be enrolled in the program. And at the time, I didn't even know what the importance of scouting was. I just attended every meeting and talked with people, like I was so nonchalant in regards to scouting. But I did everything that was required of me, and ultimately earned the Arrow of Light, which is the highest rank in Cub Scouts. After that, I bridged over from Pack 455 to Troop 455. Everything was chill there. I made lots of friends with other scouts, and attended most of the campouts and activities hosted by the troop. One of these campouts that I vividly remember was summer camp in 2016, Boxwell. It was the first ever summer camp that I attended, so going there like a few hours away from home and sleeping in the outdoors for a whole week was quite nerve-wracking to say the least. But as I got used to camping and conversing with friends, the whole process became a lot easier. I got to collaborate and enjoy my time with other scouts from neighboring troops, which is an experience that I will never, ever forget. My entire experience at Troop 455 was comprised of moments like at Boxwell, and it was productive too, as I got all the way up to first class. Then my family and I moved to Palos Verdes. I was going to attend an academically rigorous high school in a new city, in a new state, in a new part of the country. So naturally, I would place more emphasis on trying to adapt to a new lifestyle. And when I initially moved here, I was also hyper-focused when it came to studying that I didn't even focus on scouting. However, it wasn't until late sophomore year when I spoke with a few of my friends and joined Troop 134. After a while, the troop unfortunately disbanded, and I had to find a new troop. After about half a year or so, one of my homies introduced me to this troop here, Troop 378. Knowing that I had very little time to get Eagle, I started to place a lot of importance on scouting and made it one of my utmost priorities. When I first joined the troop, all of the adults were supporting me and willing to help me, helping this 16, 17, and 18-year-old who was pushing hard to earn this rank. I quickly earned the star in life rank, but after COVID struck and we went into lockdown, my motivation went to an all-time low. Like we were hitting record numbers here. I went from the 2016 Warriors, their 73-9 record, to the Charlotte Bobcats in 2012, who went like 7-52. But you get the point. I I went from this extremely ambitious scout to a guy who had people pushing him to get Eagle. This lasted a very long time too. Let me give you some perspective here. 3 weeks before my Eagle Scoutmaster conference, I had 6 merit badges to finish. 1 day before my conference, 3 merit badges. The day of my conference, which is the day I should have finished everything well before then, I had 2 merit badges pending. But at the end of the day, I finished all of those merit badges on time and became an Eagle Scout. In my defense, scouting is, it's all about the experience. It's about what you learn to make yourself, your friends and family, and your community a better place in the future. And this stage of procrastination that I underwent made me learn a very valuable lesson, which is, don't procrastinate. If I had to say a few words to scouts here today, just stay strong and be brave. Don't let other people's opinions change your viewpoint on anything. Believe in yourself and you can pursue your dreams. And I know that sounds super cliche, but it's true. I used to be a very shy and timid kid back in elementary school, my parents know. And I know that my progression from then to now has made my parents very proud. And that's all, folks. Thank you. And before I announce my mentors, I want to give a few shout-outs. Shout out to my homie Naveen, flying all the way out from Atlanta to see me here. Shout out to Mr. and Mrs. Summerall for coming here as well. I saw your names on the sign-up list this morning, so it was a really nice surprise. Thank you for coming out here. Shout out to my homies Elijah, Ace, Noah, Levi for coming out too. See, I put someone named Sarah here. She didn't show up. She missed out. Shout out to Noah Chi for introducing me to Troop 378. Shout out to all the adults in the troop for putting up with my procrastination. And shout out to my mom and dad who have encouraged me to keep going and have been role models for me. Now they can finally put on those car stickers or whatever that say, proud parent of an Eagle Scout. They've been waiting 12 years for that. Okay, but now for the mentor pins. I have 3, actually. It seems like a lot, but without any of these 3 individuals, there was no chance that I would be on stage and talking with you today. My first one goes out to Mr. Max Bonner, who is my advancement chair back in my Memphis troop. Mr. Bonner kept track of all of my achievements as a Boy Scout in that troop. A few months ago, a few adults from this troop wanted to see verification of my past achievements, and without Mr. Bonner's willingness to help me out, I wouldn't have been an Eagle Scout. I could have done everything right in this troop, but if he didn't get back to me or the others in our troop, then I would not have made the cut. Not only that, but he was also someone that I would be comfortable talking to back in middle school, and with that strengthened our bond. His son, Max Bonner Jr., is also one of my closest friends in that troop, so it's easy for our families to get along. And with that, I present my first mentor pin. I'm gonna give him a phone call right now because he's not here, so let's see if he has a few words. I'm gonna FaceTime him. He's second now. There he is. Hi, Mr. Bonner. You are on stage right now in front of hundreds of people. So I was gonna award you my first mentor pin. Oh, maybe I should have called him before. If you have a few words to say to the audience.
Well, Sanjay, I'm real proud of you. This is a great ending to your career in scouting, and I'm glad that you made it to Eagle Scout. And I remember first meeting you in Troop 455 in Lakeland, Tennessee, and we were looking over your record, and you had been in scouting for a little while and had a slow start. So I went through the book and showed you how the rank advancements were done and who you needed to sit. And many of them I knew had already been done on campouts and other events.
much I'll be mailing this mentor pin to you sometime soon. My second mentor pin is for someone in this troop. I think most of the adult leaders know exactly who this is, including himself. The first day I came to visit this troop, this individual greeted me and my dad, and his attitude toward bringing me into this troop was actually one main reason that I decided to join. For my Star Scoutmaster conference, he sat with me on a very chilly night outside of a Starbucks to make sure that I finished early, or Eagle as early as possible. He has been a part of my Life and Eagle Scoutmaster conferences as well, along with being a key factor for my Eagle Project success. He would give me advice on being a better and more well-rounded individual in the near future. He wrote me a letter of recommendation for honor societies. He helped me lead a quote-unquote outstanding campout. He has made me a better leader overall. He has done a lot for me and other scouts in this troop. I can go on, but I've been speaking up here for a long time already, and I would like to give my second pin to Mr. Sanderson, who is not here today. Last but certainly not least, my third mentor pin is for someone that I didn't quite meet early on in this troop. A couple months after I joined the troop, Mr. Sanderson introduced me to this certain individual and told me, Sanjay, this is your Eagle advisor, Mrs. Fan. Both Mr. Sanderson and Mrs. Fan are my main motivators in this troop, but Mrs. Fan's encouragement was like no other. Her words were so nice I would feel bad every time I don't follow her instructions. I remember one day when I was playing Warzone with a few of my homeboys, when I caught a glimpse of a notification on my phone. I peeked over and saw an email from Mrs. Fan, so I checked the email and it said, Sanjay, I need your project plan ASAP. Like, that was the email. That was the whole email right there. I turned off my Xbox, told my guys I was logging off, and started to work on my plan. I filled out a small portion, looked at the next question, stared at it for a few minutes, and then started to play Warzone again. This cycle went on for about a couple weeks, and then I eventually finished my plan. But she was with me till the last day, even giving me last-minute advice for my Eagle Scoutmaster conference and board review. Again, a lot more that I can say, but time is running short. I've been up here for a long time already. But yeah, my third mentor pin will go to Mrs. Fan. Thank you, everyone.
Yuichi, would you like to come up and say a few words?
Hello everybody. On behalf of Charles, Jason, Kaleo, and Sanjay, I'd like to thank everybody for setting aside this Sunday afternoon to celebrate with us on our mostly parent and adult-driven accomplishment. Right? We appreciate your time. Alright. So, for those of you who do not recognize me, I'm Yuichi. I've been part of scouting since first grade and achieved the rank of Eagle Scout last February. Now, when I first started Cub Scouts in first grade, I was told by my mother that Cub Scout was basically just a club to do activities such as hiking and camping, right? And that I will be recognizing some of the kids at the meeting, and she was right. Now, over the years at the meetings, we did do a lot of different activities, most of which were precursors to activities that we did in Boy Scouts. And I still remember the bland popcorn that we made in our cooking activity at my friend Jonathan's house. Fun fact, if you put popcorn kernel and put in sugar and soy sauce, it tastes like really sweet soy sauce savory popcorn, right? Now, over 5 years, I continued participating in Cub Scout activities. Right? At this stage, I did not think about Cub Scout as something that I would be doing in middle and high school. As a matter of fact, I did not even think I'd ever get into middle or high school when I was in elementary school, right? The concept was just too foreign. Now, but just like tax season, the time to move on from Cub Scout came about, and I decided to move on to Boy Scouts. Now, our den more or less split into two troops. Now, I met more people, allowing me to, but I did meet more people, right? At Boy Scouts, I learned more skills and expanded on the skills I already had. I had made steady progress throughout the ranks thanks to my constant nagging of my mother. Thank you. All the way up to Star. But there, I plateaued. Now, for close to a year after reaching Star, I did not want to do anything related to scouting. Partially because I thought I had more time than I actually did. Now, I actually woke up from my dream, right? When Matthew Bloomfield achieved the rank of Eagle. That is when I realized I only had 2 years left until my 18th birthday. There, I panicked. At least until the end of the ceremony. That's famously goes just to this. Right? Now, at this point, I knew what I needed to do, right? I need to first reach rank of life, and then visit Mrs. Pham. Now, a couple of years later, here I am. Thank you, Mrs. Pham. For sending me reminders and messaging me on how I said it. I could not have done without you. At this point, I'd like to call up Mr. Sale. Mr. Sale, would you please come up? You're here. Mr. Sale was the go-to person for anything for the ranks Scout through first pass. Three of us. He has taught the very basics of leadership through his leadership training seminar. Now, this leadership training seminar was a whole day of just learning anything that you need to know about leadership, right? Everything from leading meetings, leading campouts, making sure everybody's okay, everything you need to know, right? It was a long class, but thank you very much for having those seminars. Yeah, he has been a very good leader and mentor. And I'd like to give you my mentor pin. Side note, I'd like to thank my mother for nagging me to hurry up and pick up my son. Right? One more thing. Now, if you go up to the displays, there is going to be an Egyptian uniform. No, I did not attend a Egyptian troop. That is from the World Jamboree. To clear up any confusion. Charles. All right, that is it. Thank you very much.
Charles Rice, would you like to come up and say a few words?
Alright, and my speech is a little short. Might write down Sanjay's little lecture about procrastination later. Maybe. Anyway, alright, so I'm honored to be standing here before you with fellow Scouts and family members. I've been in Scouting for many years and I have received help from many mentors and friends. I thank each and every one of you for gathering here to witness these achievements. I ran into Scouting and Cub Scouts and loved it a lot. Meetings were fun and exciting, campouts were a blast. I anticipated the next adventure. The next few years were filled with the same fun, and I still enjoyed Scouting as I got older. I used to live in North Carolina, and that's where I was in Cub Scouts. So when we moved to Albuquerque, first time we moved, I had to transition to Boy Scouts. As I advanced through the ranks, I learned and learned more and more skills and more fun. The Scout trail became harder and harder, but I did not give up for that. But I attended summer camp every year and tried to make every camp out. My first time at summer camp, I didn't really know what was going on. The experience was almost overwhelming. The years became more fun and enjoyable. Marriage badges felt quick and less time consuming. My experiences at summer camp became good memories as I kept going further. I was fortunate enough to live at the same elevation as Philmont Scout Ranch, which is in New Mexico, and became very resistant to altitude sickness, along with all the crew members on my first and second treks. I loved every trek and would gladly go back again. Hopefully I'm still immune to altitude sickness, I don't know anymore, now that I live here at least. I have learned the value of scouting, and I'm proud to call myself an Eagle Scout. This will be one of the biggest milestones in my life as long as I live. But for, at least when I got here, it was interesting because when I came here as a Life Scout, and that was right as the pandemic hit. So it was just kind of a long, like couple years of just nothing. So that's what I was saying when I kind of hit a wall. As I was going through, I kept getting ranks faster and faster, but then that kind of stopped. And then I was procrastinating, much like Sanjay here, and I had to do a few merit badges right before my Scoutmaster conferences and such. But it worked out. So we're here now. So that's a win in my opinion. All right, but I would like to move on to my mentor, Pin, and as many of us have said, Mrs. Fan is my mentor. When I came to the troop, she was there as an Eagle advisor, and at first I was like, who is this person emailing me? But then I realized, yes, this is a very important person who's telling me to get off my butt and get going. And she was there every step of the way, and I thank her for helping me achieve this rank of Eagle Scout.
Finally, Jason Saratari, would you like to come up and say a few words?
Good evening, everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Jason Saratari, and I am an Eagle Scout from Troop 378. Thank you all for coming out this afternoon to celebrate this Eagle Corps honor with us. My scouting experience started when I was in first grade as a Cub Scout. It was so much fun hanging out with my friends and family, racing Highway Derby cars, and learning more about scouting. After graduating as a Weeblo, I bridged over to Boy Scout Troop 378, and my true path as being a scout was just beginning. As a Boy Scout, I experienced so many fun outings and times with my fellow scouts and Eagle Scouts in this troop. I went on a week-long camping trip to Circle X in Lake Arrowhead, went ocean fishing on a half-day boat, launched solid fuel model rockets at Kaleo Ghost Town, collected canned goods for the canned food drive, sold popcorn in front of grocery stores like Ralph's, and went on many overnight camping and backpacking trips, to name just a few. If I were to take one of my favorite moments from scouting, it would probably be the one-day 20-mile hike that we did throughout Palos Verdes. On the 20-mile hike, I got to test my navigation skills using a topographical map. I was excited because I never got to use my map reading skills outside of our regular troop meetings. I remember when it was my turn to lead the group. We went through my section of the trail pretty fast without any mistakes. Later, ASM Seo said he couldn't remember a time when we had ever gone that fast through that part of the trail. It made me smile. However, one of the most embarrassing moments about the hike was when I was leading the group for a second time. I somehow took a wrong turn and led one half of the group on the wrong side of the trail. ASM Seo was with the second group and stopped us from going down the wrong trail. I was just like, thank you for that. That wasn't my best navigating skills. The best memory of the 20-mile hike was when we were a few blocks from finishing, and the school where we started was coming into sight. And let me tell you, we were so excited that we were almost done. It was getting a little dark, but all of the scouts, including myself, were so excited to. We were so tired after 11 hours of hiking that we all collapsed and laid down on the ground. It was a good feeling and a big accomplishment that all of us finished the 20-mile hike. I appreciate all the things that Scouting has developed in me, like leadership skills, how to prepare to meet challenges, how to be a better citizen, friend, and person. I encourage all of the younger Scouts to continue with Scouting and strive to achieve the rank of Eagle. All of the hard work is worth it. Thank you. And I actually have 3 mentor pins I would like to give out today, and one of them, of course, is to Mrs. Fan. I actually remember restarting my Road to Eagle, and Mrs. Fan, I was a second class scout at the time, and I all of a sudden got this email from Mrs. Fan. I was like, wait, isn't that the Cookie Merit Badge counselor? I was like, why am I getting an email from her? And then I read the email. It's like, oh, I've noticed that you're second class and you have like a limited amount of time left. I'm like, yeah. And then she said, I would like to help you work on your Road to Eagle again. And honestly, without Mrs. Fan's help and pushing me to get my merit badges and rank up, I don't think I would be up here as an Eagle Scout today. So I would like to award my Eagle pin to Mrs. Fan. My second Eagle pin, mentor pin, goes to this one special individual who has honestly helped me out so much with just my scouting career in general. Even when I didn't want to pursue scouting still, he kept pushing me, and honestly, he has been there through my ups and downs, and I'm just so appreciative that he pushed me, and without him, I don't know where I'd be today. Dad. Eagle pin goes to one individual who has been with me throughout my entire life, and he has been with me since I can never remember, and he's always encouraged me and always been an example to me, and I just want to say thank you for all that you've done for the troop and us up here. I'd just like to say thank you, and with that, Mr. Kumar, keep going. Thank you.
Congratulations to all the new Eagle Scouts and their parents. I would now like to call upon the new, I would now like to call upon the new Eagle Scouts to offer their appreciation.
I'm back. We'd like to take this opportunity to thank the special people for guiding and helping us attain this goal. Can each of you come up as you are called and remain on stage? Miss Liz Dye. Mrs. Lori Fan, who's right there. Scoutmaster Derek Kawamura. Mr. John Yamada. Eagle Scout and former Scoutmaster, Mr. Paul McNamara. Mrs. Amy Carino. Mr. David Sayo. And Mr. Sarvatari. We also want to recognize the following special people who unfortunately could not be here today. Mrs. Janice Yamada and Mr. Brian Sanderson. We have already given them their gifts and recognition.
We will now have a slideshow featuring our honored Eagle Scouts.
One night as a tenderfoot, I learned a couple of knots. But when I left the meeting, I promptly forgot. When we went camping, you had me learn them again. Then I had to teach a new boy, and they really set in. As a boy, I couldn't do all that much, just enough to barely follow along. With a little bit of practice and a lot of love, you helped my wings grow strong. Now I'm an eagle, and I can spread my wings. I can soar to the tops of mountains, no matter what life brings. I am an eagle, prepared to lift others as I rise. Sing who needs help and what's my role? With a sharp and well-trained eye, I am an eagle. Every scout learns the first day by the time he's first class. You taught me how to recognize signs of shock and of a heart attack. Now I know my CPR and how to treat frostbite. If I'm ever there in an emergency, you've prepared me to save
barely follow along. With a little bit of practice and a lot of love, you help my wings grow strong. Now I'm an eagle, and I can spread my wings. I can soar to the tops of mountains, no matter what life brings. I am an eagle, prepared to lift others as I rise. Seeing who needs help and what's my role. With a sharp and well-trained eye, I am an eagle. I thought Scouts was all about earning a rank. Sign off for my blue cards and I'll never see this uniform again. Now I see the values that you brought out of me. It's my duty to help others to grow their own wings. As a boy I couldn't do all that much, just enough to barely follow along. With a little bit of practice and a lot of love, you've helped my wings grow strong. Now I'm an eagle, and I can spread my wings. I can soar to the tops of mountains, no matter what life brings. I am an eagle, prepared to lift others as I rise. Seeing who needs help and what's my role. With a sharp and well-trained eye, I am an eagle. I am an eagle. I am an eagle.
He's proud to wear his badge today. stranger. Got my spirit sleeping, keep it out of danger. Be prepared, yeah, that's my motto. We're keeping it stacked like Bane's grotto. Ha! The girls love me though, cause I've been looking real good and my nigga cheat, yo. But one thing y'all need to know is I'm a funky with a low. Ain't no doubt about it. When I jump like this, we would shout it. Oh, you get in my uniform, cause baby, I was born to be a star. See, it's my destiny. The only thing I ever about the band. I was thinking about the fans. We were underground, loaded merch in that 12-passenger van. In a small club in Minnesota, and the snow outside of First Ave. I just wanted my name in the star. Now look at where we at, still growing up. Still growing up. I would lay in my bed and dream about what I've become. Couldn't wait to get over. Couldn't wait to be some. Now that I'm here, wishing I was still young. Those girls.
I wish somebody would have told me, babe, that someday these would be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. 'Cause someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of the good old days.
Wish I didn't think I had the answers. Wish I didn't drink all of that glass first. Wish I made it to homecoming. Got up the courage to ask her. Wish I would have gotten out of my shell. Wish I put the bottle back on that shelf. Wish I wouldn't have worried about what other people thought and felt comfortable with myself. Rooftop open, and the stars above. Only flows and sneaking out and falling in love. Me, you, and that futon. We just begun.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question, but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hanging on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos and memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. Unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life.
Thank you to Mrs. Lisa Snowis and Mr. Glenn Sarwatari who created this wonderful slideshow. In closing, on behalf of Troop 378, I would like to thank the Elks Lodge, Mrs. Elizabeth Dye from the Elks Lodge, Mr. Peter Chen for managing the audio and protection equipment, Ms. Margie Chow for being our photographer, Davis Stern for delivering the invocation, and the families of the August 1st Eagle Court of Honor for being the refreshment volunteers today. I'd also like to celebrate all of the former ASMs and Scoutmasters from Troop 378. Would you please stand up? Finally, thank you to the Troop Executive Committee, Assistant Scoutmasters, and parents who guided the Scouts through the years, and to all friends and family who helped and supported Boy Scout Troop 378. Everyone please stand for the closing flag ceremony. Color guard advance. Color guard prepares to retrieve the colors. Troop salute. Color guard retrieve the colors. Two. Color guard dismissed. Please be seated. Thank you for joining us today. We encourage you to visit the Eagle Scouts display tables and sign their guest books and frames. Please don't forget to look at the banner on display, which has the names of all the Eagle Scouts from Troop 378. Also, please enjoy the snacks and refreshments provided by the Eagle Scout families located in the dining room through the back doors and to the left. Remember, Scouts, parents and family first. Scouts, don't forget to stay and help clean up the lodge. We need to leave this lodge clean. This Eagle Scout Corps of Honor is now adjourned.